Hey you guys, back again with another video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all doing well. Welcome to my new and returning subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Today, y'all, I'm making sausage gravy for breakfast. Over here I have some biscuits that I made in a previous video. So we're going to get started. And I want some onions in my gravy too. So I'm making sausage onion gravy. You know, breakfast gravy, you know. So I was debating if I should have cooked the sausage first, used the grease from the sausage, and then, then add the onions and stuff like that. I had the stove on, but I turned it off because I stepped away, from the kitchen. And I love a lot of onions, by the way. I don't even care if it's more onions than sausage. So, I love onions. Love onions. And y'all, I'm being bad today. I am. I haven't made gravy with butter in a long time. So, I'm using 1 stick of butter, half a cup of butter. So, unsalted, y'all. So, we're going to do this. Get this going. So, how's everybody doing? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let me stop. So I'm going to let this cook for about 3 minutes. And I'm going to add the sausages. So I'm using 2 sage sausages. You know the rope, the sage sausage, the rope. This is the sweet sage sausage. I just cut off 2, links. And, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm just going to use this. And however amount this come up to, that's how much it come up to. So, yeah, it's the sage, the sweet sage rope sausage. I just cut 2 pieces off that I'm going to use. Echo, 3-minute timer. I got to add my...
3 minutes. Starting now.
I got to add my parsley. Well, I don't have parsley, so I'm going to use cilantro. This is a Chinese parsley, so... Okay. I didn't use too much olive oil for the pan because I know I'm going to add the sausage, and the sausage is going to make its own grease. So that's why I was debating whether I should do the sausage first, then add the onions, So 3 minutes has passed. Echo, dismiss timer. We're going to throw this in. We're going to break it up, y'all. We're going to break it up. You can use whatever sausage you want to use. Oh, they cut it like into little pillows. Okay. So what y'all having for breakfast? What are y'all eating for breakfast? Or what are y'all making for breakfast? It all depends, I don't eat breakfast all the time, Sometimes I skip breakfast, And usually if I do make breakfast, it's not breakfast time. It's like maybe lunchtime. I don't always eat breakfast exactly at breakfast. Sometimes I want breakfast for dinner. Sometimes I want breakfast for lunch. I want these sausages more smaller. So I'm going to chop them up smaller. Like more like a ground beef, you know, like that. Like that. See, this is creating more grease right now. And I like my onions big, so. Echo, 7-minute timer.
7 minutes. Starting now.
You can use hot sausages. You know what? I don't know. One day I want to add this type to my dressing. I don't know. I don't make dressing every year for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. I make dressing, you know, if I have a taste for it. But I want to make my dressing one day with sage sausage. Ooh, that's not a lot of meat though, but that's all right. That's all right. Ooh. Now these are the biscuits I made. If y'all want to see how I made it, there's a video of me making my buttermilk biscuits. And that was the first time I used it in my new wave oven. You know, sometimes you want to switch it up. Now this meat is seasoned, you know. If you want to add extra salt and pepper, by all means do so. I may add pepper though, you know. I got this pot holder here because I'm holding the pot. This pot tends to slide, you know. And I set the timer for 7 minutes for the onions to continue cooking. But the timer really don't really matter because... And then I'm going to add butter too to this. Usually I would take this out and do the gravy and then add it back, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out and then make the gravy and then add this back. This gotta cook more. This smells so good. I could eat this just like this. Once it's finished cooking, maybe eat this over some rice. I don't even need the gravy part. Okay. I'll be back when it's time to make the gravy. Okay. Let's take this out now.
You sure so?
Okay, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Ooh. See how much grease this made? Wow. See? If I do the meat first, then it makes grease and I won't have to add olive oil. Now, see the little seasonings in that pan there? Don't throw that out because you need that, you know, for your gravy. You know? You know. Look at that. That smells so good. I can eat it just like this. Oh, I changed my plans. I changed my mind. Instead of a half a cup of butter and a half a cup of flour and a cup of milk, I just changed it to 1/4 cup of flour. I'm not doing oh shoot, I did that wrong. I'm adding like 1/4 of the butter. I'm not using the whole stick of butter. I got distracted, y'all. I wasn't supposed to add the flour yet, but it's okay. And then I got the oil from the sausage too in here too. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not adding a whole stick of butter, because there's oil in here too. And there's grease from the gravy. And I'm gonna add a half a cup of milk instead of a cup. I don't want to make a lot, but I know this is going to turn out to be a lot. I know. You know, and they turn out to be a lot. I just took this butter out the deep freezer too, so it's going to take a while. Let me add a cup of chicken broth too. That's what I'm going to do. Not a cup. Ooh, that's a lot. We ain't making regular gravy. We making breakfast gravy. Okay, what I do with that? I don't know. We gonna add. Let me melt this butter. Oh, first of all, this smells wonderful. 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 This smells wonderful. I said a cup of broth. Huh? No, not a cup. Maybe a tablespoon or two. You know, I got some homemade chicken broth right here. I just took out the deep freezer. So I let it sit out overnight because I knew I wanted to make this in the morning. So I'm not using a whole stick of butter. Echo, set timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Starting now.
So you let this cook for 2 minutes. I got my fire on number 4. So that's between medium and low. So my stove setting. Yep. I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons to this. Oh. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of broth to this. It's optional. The broth is optional. You don't have to add, I don't know. Okay. Let's add 2 tablespoons of broth. Okay. Chicken broth. Ooh, okay. Okay, that thickens it up. Let's add some milk. A half a cup of milk. And you can add more milk too as you go if you want. Depending on how thick you want your gravy, you can add more milk or you can add more broth. Well, in this case, I'm going to add more milk. Yeah, that's why it's always good to start with little bit and add as you go. You know, because sometimes you pour a whole cup in there, you can't take that cup out. Oh, I'm making a mess. Look at that. Add some garlic to this. Some salt and pepper. Well, if your broth is good, you don't really need to, you know. So I just added 1/4 cup. I may wind up adding a cup at the end of milk. My nose is all, well, I could still add a cup of milk because, you know. Yeah, let's add another cup. So that was the cup of milk. So the only thing that changed was the butter and the flour. Ooh, this thing is heat. I should have used a higher pot, you know, a pot with a higher, you know, sides. So yeah. Then this is a little, this broth is, not broth, gravy is a little bit. Okay. My nose got the sniffles. I got the sniffles. I add some garlic. So even though the recipe may say a cup, you can always add more as you go, you know, until you get it to the gravy, the consistency you want. Now this gravy right here is still a little bit on the thick side, you know, but here we go, black pepper. Just gonna add, oh, I just added a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I don't know if I need to add salt or not, because that's why you got to taste your food, you know, because if your broth is seasoned good. And then I'm going to add the sausages, you know, in here. So the sausages is pork, so it has salts in it, you know. But if you're using turkey sauce, I don't know. But look at that. Let me add a little more. Let me add a little more another tablespoon of milk. Not a tablespoon of milk. Broth. So that's 1/4 cup I added of broth. You don't have to add broth. It's optional, you know. Let's turn down the temperature because let me get a spoon to taste this. Let's get a spoon to taste. This needs to be a little more thin out. I don't really like it this thick. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to taste it. See if I need. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Oh, I'm popping and everything. You want to season your gravy too. But even though I just added a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now, that's actually good. Oh, let me add a little more milk because this is a little bit on the thick side. So at this point, I don't know how much I'm adding. I know I added a cup, so it's probably a cup and a half, or maybe a cup and a half. Cup and 1/4 or a cup and a half. I don't know, of the milk. I don't know. But yeah, then you're gonna, you know. But yeah. I need to preheat this. I think I'm gonna have one biscuit. Oh. Now you can add your sausage. Ooh, my nose is, ooh. Hold on, y'all. I just added another 1/4 cup of milk. Y'all, this is thick. You know, you make your gravy how you want it, the consistency you want it. This thing sliding all over the place. I'm going to tell y'all something. When I come in here to cook, I like my kitchen to be clean. I don't like no dirty dishes in the sink because when I come in here to cook, I'm going to be adding dishes to the sink. And I don't want dishes that, you know, that's in there already. I wanted to talk about something, but it's kind of late in the video. But I was just saying that, okay, this is a good consistency right here. I like this texture right here. Now, this is nice. So I added about maybe a total of 2 cups to this. But you make it the way you want to make it, you know. Don't put 2 cups in here. You know, you want yours a certain, you know, texture, your gravy. You know, this is fine right here. But I wanted to talk about something. But I may save it for another video. But let me say something. Let me touch base on it right now. Some people, you know, when some family members are gone, like they pass, you know, they cry and everything at the funeral. But when that person was alive, they never came by to visit them. You know, what you think that is, you know? You think they crying because they missed them, or they crying because, you know, they left on bad terms? I think, like, I mean, some people cry, you know, at funerals because, you know, they'll never see their loved one again, you know, but, and they're going to miss them. Now, I don't know, but I've seen some with my own eyes how some people never come to visit, and when they're gone, they be like, oh, you know, they be all crying and boo-hooing and all that stuff. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. They be crying and boo-hooing. Oh, I didn't even taste the gravy. So, I don't know. Now, this, you know, of course, is normal to cry at a funeral. It is, you know, because you're never going to see your loved one again. But there's some people who don't ever come to visit them, but then they crying at their funeral. Like, where were you when this person was sick and lonely and needed someone to visit, and you never called or picked up the phone, you know, to see how they doing? But when they gone, you want to be like, oh, I wish I would have spent more time with them. But the whole time when they was alive, you never came by and visit them, and you never called. That's actually good. Like I said, the sausage was seasoned the gravy too. But also season your gravy also. Now, if I want, I can add more milk to this or broth and thin it out some. You know? So I'm tasting it. You got to taste your food as you cook, as you go. I like this. See, I'm glad I didn't use a lot of butter and a lot of flour. You know? So, y'all. Oh, this part I don't like of the onion. That's the end part of the onion. You know, the edge, you know, the layer of the skin. How I missed that, I don't know. I'm going to add some more broth to it. No, this is fine. All right, y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about that, like, or what y'all think about it, you know, like, because I know it's okay to cry at a funeral because you know your loved one, you're not going to see you. But some people cry at a funeral because they know they didn't mend their relationship. They didn't, you know, tie up loose ends, or they didn't forgive one another. You know, like the person that's alive didn't forgive the person that passed, you know. So I guess some people live with the guilt, like, oh, so-and-so is not here no more. We left on bad terms, or this person died and we didn't make amends, you know. So, oh, I can turn this off. I don't know. So y'all tell me you tell me how y'all feel about that, or what y'all think about it, you know. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you care. Hit that notification bell to be notified. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to come back and plate this up. And y'all going to see me eat it. Okay? Until next time. We're going to continue this conversation in the next video. But this looked delicious, y'all. This looked divine. Ooh, that looks so good. Delicious. It smells so good. Y'all wish I can smell what I'm smelling right now.